Yo, what up, guys? All right, so I know CyberPunk it just came out. A lot of people are having issues with trying to figure out what graphic settings work the best to get the most frames. So I was kind of toying around a little bit, trying to figure out what works for me. I am on a 1440p monitor. I got a 2070 ROG Strix card, not really overclocked at all. i7 8700K. And this is what I found to work best for me, graphics. And I got mine on high ultra, but DLSS turn on to quality. Here I'm sitting probably right around high 40s, sometimes touching the 60s, depending on what's going on. How I tested that was I hopped on Jackie's bike. Rest in peace, Jackie. Hopped on his bike and rode around the city. I found that Night City was more taxing on my GPU than getting into gunfights. Also, ray tracing's off, completely off. So DLSS for me has came in clutch. It is phenomenal. Highly recommend if you're gonna do this, make sure you use it. So here's what I've been getting. Up in the top left, you can see the FPS counter. So just riding around, my driving sucks. Like I said, this is with the quality of the DLSS on. Whenever you adjust this, put it on performance. You'll also notice a significant increase with this as well. This is still with ultra settings. We could drop this down a little bit, put it on high. Move DLSS, I mean, put it back on quality. Run it back through. Now you can see that we're getting about a little bit, you know, a couple frames difference, mostly hanging around your lower 40s, lower to higher 40s. So you can definitely notice it's a significant increase. And then you can adjust your graphic settings from there. I just highly recommend that you turn DLSS on, run it, turn ray tracing off unless you got a 3080 or a 3090, because that's, I mean, gonna be your best bet. Otherwise, you're just gonna tank your frames. Now, for those that are playing on 1080p, you know, depending on what kind of GPU you may got, or you know what your processor, yeah, I understand this game's very taxing. I would say anywhere between medium to high with DLSS on performance. But I mean, it can vary, you know. For a 2060 Super, low to medium with DLSS on performance, I think you'll be sitting fine. Not 100%, you know, like I said, it'll vary depending on your PC specs. So keep that in mind. You can put it on ultra performance if you don't mind it scaling here and there for you guys on 2060s, on 1080p's. Put it on ultra with, you know, your DLSS on performance, or ultra performance at that. It's gonna scale. It's gonna dip and scale. Now DLSS, it's a fuck, I forget what it's called. Whatever, nerd stuff. But basically, what it does is, though, it basically, whenever you're in a position where you're going to lose frames, it's compensating for that. So it's going to kind of drop your graphics down a little bit to compensate for frames. So where it's going to drop the graphics down just a smudge, where it might look a little bit blurrier. Like whenever you could tell whenever I'm going around, you can see how everything on the ground looks fuzzier. but I'm gaining frames from it. And this is back on ultra. Riding through here, seeing 43, 44, 50. But yeah, it's deep learning super scaling. That's what it's called. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, this game is super taxing on computer hardware. But this is definitely what I found to be what works the best for me. Me personally, I'll lose a couple frames and now run it ultra, or yeah, ultra on a performance or balance, and still yet, like I said, you lose some frames, but it stays about equal. You get a little fuzziness, but it still looks good. Still looks good, so you're not really losing a lot of quality. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you want to see more of this, let me know in the comments, and we'll just go from there. Peace out, guys. Take it easy. Don't do nothing.